Hi, this is Scott Garibay, and today we're going to talk about Dungeons & Dragons Strixhaven, the new Dungeons & Dragons 5th edition sourcebook, the 4th sourcebook that will be coming out for 2021. This is an absolutely incredible book, and today what I want to talk about is specifically one of the several reasons why this is going to hit like a comet for Dungeons & Dragons. I think it's going to be the biggest of the book of the year by far, and honestly, I think it could be the best source book ever printed for Dungeons & Dragons 5th edition for several reasons, and today I want to talk about reason number one, which is high school. So let's talk about high school, all right? So Strixhaven is a Dungeons & Dragons 5th edition book that is going to be coming out. It is a major, I think it's going to be fantastic. I'm just amazed. I think it's going to be incredible how well this thing does, and I think it's really important to just understand what's coming here. So why is this going to work? Well, Strixhaven is Hogwarts with the serial number filed off. It's just Hogwarts with another name. That's a big deal because it's going to fill a void that J.K. Rowling created for 2 decades, right? So all that is there, right? But let's talk about Hogwarts, all right? So everything that's true for Hogwarts is going to be true for Strixhaven. I'm very convinced of this. Why did the Harry Potter universe blow up so big? And I'm not talking small. Like, Harry Potter books are the only books in my lifetime that I have seen midnight party book releases. That has not existed before Harry Potter, and I don't think it's ever existed after. It certainly has never existed after, right? Like the scale and prominence of the Harry Potter success was just, there's nothing like it. I can't explain to you how big it really was. It was massive, right? And why did it hit so hard? Well, I think one of the biggest things is it allowed people. So first of all, I'll tell you right now, Harry Potter is called a YA book. But I'm very convinced a lot more adults read Harry Potter than young adults. Here's why I think that's true. One, I listened to, for years, probably for a 5-year block, I listened to Harry Potter podcasts. And I listened to literally hundreds of hours of people talking about Harry Potter. And you know who talked about Harry Potter? A lot of college kids talked about Harry Potter, and a lot of adults, right? The reality is, I think a few young adults read Harry Potter, but the vast majority of people reading Harry Potter were college age and middle-aged and elderly. And I think just a ton of adults read the Harry Potter books, all the Harry Potter books, right? And that's thousands of pages, by the way. It's well over 2,000 pages of material. I think it's well over 3,000 pages of material, right? So you got this Harry Potter thing, and basically you're looking at a do-over for high school. I think that's why people really just could not get enough of the incredible power that was within just the really powerful love that people were gaining from the Harry Potter books. They really loved it specifically because it was letting them go through high school again. And this is a really big deal. Now, I was incredibly blessed, and I had a really blessed high school period. Actually, I guess I had a few rough times in high school, but overall, if you had to put my high school career in win-lose, it would be in the win column, right? So I was very blessed. But boy, oh boy, did I see a lot of people in the lose column. So I had, basically, my high school was I was essentially king of the nerds, right? I was a nerd who actually was on the wrestling team, so I had some jock friends, and I had one foot in both worlds, and I was top of the nerd hierarchy, right? And that was my high school years, right? And it was pretty amazing because I had 2 parents who loved me. I didn't want for a single thing. There was no divorce in my life or anything like, and that right there. Like, easily a third of my friends their parents were getting divorced, and it was brutal on them. They were like, is this my fault? And their parents were like, this isn't your fault. And they're like, you lied because, how can I believe that this isn't my fault because you literally said you would love that other person forever, but you're lying, and now you're telling me it's not my fault. That's probably a lie too, because like everything that comes out of your mouth it was a mess. Divorces were absolutely traumatic, and like a third of the kids I knew were going, parents were going through divorce while they were in junior high or while they were in high school, and it was absolutely catastrophic. It was just terrible, right? So the other thing is, like, the valedictorian of my school, I had heard stories that, like, even as she was collecting the valedictorian, badge, right, Pokemon badge, like, she had literally moved out and was, like, trying to be emancipated from her parents. Like, it was a mess. Like, there were just all kinds of stories. I don't even know if that was true or untrue, but I know for a fact in high school there was a ton of misery. So I think a lot of people really love the idea of a do-over of high school, of reading about people who are in high school and just having a great time with it, and really, or at least they have friends that are going through it, they're engaging with their material. All that's happening in the Hogwarts stories, right? So basically the Hogwarts story is high school with spice and with good fun aspects. So Harry Potter and Harry and Hermione and Ron are all solving problems with the help of their friends, right? And it's so attractive to be like, I have these problems, but not only am I not going through it alone, I have these deep, deep friends that I have. And even when we fight to the deepest, darkest cores, right? When we have these huge fights, it's all going to end well, right? Because one of the other friends is going to reunite the third friend in, right? And everything is going to work out. And then, even as we are battling, these terrible monsters that are surrounding us in high school, we are not doing it alone. We have the help of professors. We have the help of friends. We have the help of, and these friends are going to be lifelong friends, right? And it's just such an incredibly attractive platform, right? All that's going to be right in the middle of Strixhaven, right? Because Strixhaven is structured exactly like Hogwarts, right? And so all the stories of Harry Potter are going to be of Hogwarts are going to be able to be told in Strixhaven, right? The other thing is, unlike and so the other, so it's high school over again. The other thing is the students, right? So we're going to play player characters of students. Well, one of the reasons why people love high school so much, and there's no way you can take this away, but high school is really special because when you are a student, right, you could be a scrub student with terrible problems, or you could be a hugely high performing student, but your potential is in front of you, and your professors who engage with you, and the other students who engage with you, and your friends who engage with you, they all see this incredible potential, and they're like, hey, this person could be the best aurorer that's ever lived. This person could be the best writer who's ever going to, write. This person could be the best spellcaster who ever lifts a wand, right? And all that is, and that's all from high school. It's like, I know what I am now, right? In high school, I had no idea what I was going to be. I know what I am now, right? I'm a Christian, I'm a husband, and I'm a father, right? I've been a Christian for over 30 years. I've remained faithful. So I'm a faithful person, right? Because I'm a Christian, I'm an upstanding member of my church, right? And I people respect me at the church. I have allies at the church. I have people who, rely on me at the church, right? I'm a husband. I have 3 decades with one beautiful woman who loves me, right? I know what I am, right? And then I'm a father. I'm a father of 4 kids. One of them was a valedictorian. Another one just graduated college with honors. And these kids, they're gonna shake, break, or make the world, right? I know what I am. But in high school, nobody knows what they're going to be. The moon is the limit, right? And so Strixhaven is an invitation to do high school over. And I know a lot of people, and honestly, I had a great high school experience. But to just go through high school again in a student campaign, I'm so there, right? And I think everybody's going to see the value of this. It's like, hey, do you want to do your high school years over again in Dungeons & Dragons? Yes, please, right? Like, this is going to be massive. I think this is going to be an absolute massive success. I think there's going to be lots of streamers on this, and it's going to be huge. Basically, every good thing that made Hogwarts and the Harry Potter series a magnificent success is going to be there for Strixhaven. You know what's not going to be there for Strixhaven? All the woke nonsense that is hanging around J.K. Rowling's head like a halo right now, right? She is, anybody who is even remotely woke is incredibly hesitant to name check J.K. Rowling for anything, right? Because of statements on some particular woke topics, right? And so, like, this, like, Strixhaven is Hogwarts, all the good, none of the bad. This thing is going to be a rocket ship to the moon for Dungeons & Dragons, and I think it's going to get a ton of new players. That's my opinion. I'd love to hear your thoughts on Strixhaven. Let me know in the comments below. What was your high school years like? I'd love to hear your high school story. Thank you for letting me share mine with you. I'd love to hear how things went in your Hollywood, in your high school days. Thank you very much. Please consider liking, subscribing, and have a wonderful millennium.